Let's take. Let's take. There.
That's good that somebody's on and they can check on that for me. I should be on now. Am I good now? Hopefully. Big cuddle monster. Yes, no, maybe so. Um, if I don't hear anything, all right, cool. I'm just gonna double check real quick to make sure that the sound's actually to my liking. So I will be right back. Oh my goodness, it actually sounds somewhat good. Yay. So awesome. Ooh, it's good that I have a viewer. Oh, you know what I should have put this on? I might put it on like literally as I'm watching it. I should have put it on the MAGFest staff Slack. So welcome to this black void that is going to soon not be a black void. Um, and the beginning of summer of streaming 2026, I guess. I've got, I guess, some announcements that I will spread throughout this video. Part of this is a test to get me back into things. Sure. Yes, you can scream into the void. I'm cool with that. Um, but yeah, this uh the first video that I'm gonna watch was uploaded on Memorial Day, and that's actually my mom's birthday this year. So I didn't watch it when it came out. So I was like, oh, let's do a little event for it. Why not? To get back into things. Um, and that will be this. Huzzah. Nope, that's not it. It's this one. Yeah. Um, so let's see if I can maybe move this. Can I move this into tree? the one problem with a video like this. It's so bright because this was recorded at 10 o'clock in the morning, um, that it's kind of hard to see the chat. But I also, there's a lot of different angles and stuff. So, and I haven't actually seen any of it yet. So I don't want to do too much to it. So, I will be reacting to this, and I will also be reacting to the Rebecca Sugar concert because I was not there because I was managing a department during the time that that was at. Um, Good thing about that is I think I showed um both department heads. I knew one of them knew. I didn't know how much the other one knew that like I was very dedicated and able to handle things on my own. So I am hoping, knock on wood, um, they are supposed to give Dapple Me and I a little bit more access to things on the like administrative side this year. Um, let's see. Oh, whoops. There is a reason I decided years ago to never be a department head. Yeah. Um, it's I think it's more of the fact that because the problem was I couldn't go to that concert because my co-manager was running something for the department already. So we decided a couple of years ago, like one of us needs to be on consistent contact between me and Dapple Me during the hours of 10 to noon, which, or 10 to noon, 10 to midnight, which is when we go. Um, the thing that makes it tricky is the rest of the cosplay department goes from 10 to 10. So there's a couple of hours that we go over the rest of the department. And it's important for us to have those hours there because we can potentially, if my math is correct, with two locations, get as many as 8 photo shoot series. Um, Actually, wait, 12 because I forgot Thursday. So if we have the one space Thursday, two spaces Friday, Saturday, if we gave each of them 30 minutes, which I would rather avoid, I like to give hours when I can. Um, but the maximum we would have would be 12. Like, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm not actually good at math. I should state that. Anyway, so another reason why I'm like, a lot of it was outside stuff. When it comes to things that aren't like scheduled specifically within us, like when we need to use other spaces, I guess you can say, that's when it gets really hard to figure out how things should be scheduled. Um, and it's like it's not even an us thing. It's normally whatever space we use. Like it was a weird time to give. It was for the Idol showcase. And the fact that it was during the Rebecca Sugar concert, like in hindsight, was probably not the best move. Like Dapple Me told me like there were people that would have gone to the Idol showcase and didn't because the Rebecca Sugar concert was the same time. Um yeah. Um and then like the cosplay contest a lot of times is dependent on things like that, like panels. And then that combined with this, combined with um a couple of our photo shoots, like our really big ones that are literally, I don't think people realize the size of this, um, is like a very tricky like puzzle. Like this past year, We couldn't do Pokemon during the contest because Jedi Lupe, who hosts it, was one of the judges. We've also made it a rule for the past good number of years to never schedule Nintendo Smash the same time as the contest because there's a lot of people that like to do both. Um, so yeah, we also squeezed Capcom in uh midday this past year because like the theme was Mega Man Capcom. Um, Unfortunately, I don't really know how that was because Dapple was in that space. I was over at the new space during that time. Um, Scheduling is so hard. I'm always mad that main stage does not tell anybody their schedule, and I know that. Yeah, yeah, that makes things hard. And I try to schedule things. It is harder when you're not a DH. Um, but I do think there's baby steps there, and the more access that our current department DHs can give Brooke and myself in particular access to those baby steps um would be greatly appreciated. Like, because there's just some things um like this past year, the cosplay department had that big room, that big space, and they're like, come give us your stuff, we'll lock it in there. Problem is, you guys close at 10, we close at midnight. How do you want us to do that without nagging you? Like, um, but I think we have a solution for that this upcoming year. I'm not going to get into that publicly, but it's going to be a space that plan is will be DH and manager access only. Um, but they're basically going to shell out some funds to have something that so like our essentials can be put in there and then anything that's not essential can be put in the main area and we can drop that off like a little later. It's always a puzzle. Um and speaking of a puzzle, we got this right here and this is actually something that I've wanted to be involved in for a bit, basically ever since they started having a choir, which was 2 years ago. They started the orchestra 3 years ago, I want to say. Um and I saw pictures recently. The choir, can I get to a okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna really be able to see my cursor. Um, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. But you see it's kind of going across the entire atrium. Um, Basically, if you see where that tree is in the middle of the shot, or like where the lamps are in the back, basically everybody was able to fit in between those two lamps. Um, Nowadays, I think it is just the sopranos, altos, and maybe some of the tenors. It's hard to tell because there were so many people that it was hard to tell kind of where was where. But ah, I should have checked before to figure out how to actually. I mean, I could make it so you could see my cursor real quick, but I'm too lazy and I don't want to. But I am actually right in the front of the choir section for multiple reasons. A being I'm short, B being that is where they put the alto twos, where I was like, if I am going to be announcing things all weekend, I have to be an alto two. I cannot go any higher than that. Um, which I am glad because I went over some of the music and it's not like super high. Like if I'm able to warm up on a normal, like decent day, I would be able to do the Alto 1 stuff. But if I had just been announcing stuff for 2 days prior to this, like I'm like, no, I have to Alto 2. Um, yeah. But basically, that was one. And then the other reason was they they added like it's funny because the video says it's only a minute or an hour and 2 minutes, but I might actually want to check with those DHs because, um, and I know that's ironic, manager talking to a DH, but they're the ones that do the most like planning logistic things as far as I'm aware. They haven't told me any different. Managers do more like shift stuff, which is kind of what we want to start doing also, um, just to make it easier on our staff. Um, but yeah, um, excuse me. I, yeah, that's all I can think of currently. Um, I will say at the very least for the orchestra, I am going to be planning to do some commentary very low key, like behind the scenes. So if you want to just listen to the music, watch the YouTube video. It I haven't I don't know for a fact because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's lovely. They get basically the entire Mediatron department to work on this. I will say frankly, I am very jealous. Um, but it was good to be able to participate in this time. Um, so yeah, I was in the front because short alto too, and I needed to be able to like stay in contact with people to do things because strike for this was a bit of a disaster this year, and it was not due to the orchestra. I want to state that very, very clearly. It was not due to the orchestra. It was due to the hotels, and not the hotels like department within MAG. I am talking about like the contracted hotel staff. Like I shouldn't have to have one of our staff like go up to people constantly throughout this entire thing and be like, okay, are we ready to go? Are we good? I shouldn't have to have somebody do that, but it every year it seems more and more like we need to. Because if they had their stuff together, we would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. They would have been able, we would have been able to get this at least in a space for people to be able to safely come in again in 15 minutes. We would have been able to do it if it wasn't for those freaking hotel staff. Um, because this concert, because of a couple like special guests and stuff they put at the end, it ended up being closer to an hour 15, which is why I am wondering why this is listed at an hour two. I mean, I did tell Dapple me I was on the phone with her like through text. I was like, you need to tell Alex that they need to keep these intros short. Keep them short. And they did, which was good because a lot of times people say that they can't hear them anyway. What I think would be really cool, and honestly, like the MCO gets so much of a budget and gets so much support that I think this would be an easy do. Um, is have somebody make like a graphic, kind of like how Dapple Me does for us with our schedule. And I know they like to keep it very like informal NDA. In terms of like don't let people know what the songs are before they're actually performed. But after they're performed, post a graphic with what all the songs were on the social medias because there's always people that ask and I think that would be really cool. Just the thought and I'm glad I put it on here so I didn't forget, so maybe I could put that in feedback somewhere. Um anyway, I think I've done enough just yapping without music for now, so let's go ahead and start. You should be able to hear. Let me know if you can't for some reason. Um, so we were not in this one. The choir was not in this one because Mario music is pretty usually instrumental. So yeah, clearly I don't know enough about sound as I thought I did. Actually, the guy in the blue happy is one of the hotel people, like the Mag Hotel staff, shout out. Um, but yeah, because they were so worried about the sound quality, and it sounds great to me. So, and I'm pretty sure that's Dapple me in the bottom corner with the security vest on. Um, I just don't remember her wearing a black wig. Okay, glad that I can tell. Let me see if I can change that. Um, let's see. Window capture. Do I have it on mute? No. Hmm. Oh, you know what? I might need to do it on, hold on. Yes, I want to remove that. I might need to do it on display capture, I think, or like screen capture. This is going to look weird. I apologize. Or not. Huh. Like I did this before. This is why I'm glad that this is almost a bit of like a test stream as well. Browser source? No, that wouldn't make sense. Um, display capture. Okay, yeah, let's try that. Now it's gonna look weird. Haha. Okay. Oh, wait. I think I know what I need. That's not it. That's not it. Um, mm, okay, let's do this. Shout out to my folks. Hey. No, that's not what I want. Appreciate your patience. Thank you. Um, let's try this. I don't think that did anything. I might need to bite the bullet and unplug my um unplug my headphones. That might be what I need to do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And say screw it. Apologies if there is any echo, and hopefully you can hear it. Let me put it back to the way it was before. Thank you, I appreciate it. Like I said, first time back in like God. Like I want to say at least 6 months, if not a year. Um, I want to say it might even be like a year and a half. Um, okay, window capture. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Does that sound better? Why isn't it letting me? I don't get it. Why is it not letting me do it through window capture? That's what I want to know. It's not giving me an option. Or is it? Yeah, please let me know if you can hear this because I can't tell. And while that goes, I'm going to go back. Let's see. Okay, how does... What the heck? All right, I am going to put this... I'm going to put this on a reboot soon. I'm going to look this up and I will be right back.
Let's take. Let's take. There.
Okay, yeah, I do have it on screen capture. No, I don't. I have it on window capture. Okay. What the heck? The problem is, frankly, oh, wait. This might be it. Hold on. I'll start it over. All right, can you hear it now? Why is it still not giving me anything in the mixer? That's what I want to know. All right, I'm gonna mute my own mic while I'm trying to figure this out.
Let's take.
gonna go back off again. Sorry, guys. There's no real good way of doing this. Maybe I need to do a disconnect, reconnect. All right, how is that?
The AI bubble is.
Ugh. Yeah, no kidding. All right, how is that? Okay. Why is it that you can't? There was some way that I was doing this before where I didn't have this problem. Hold on. I think I might have an idea. I'll be back again.
Let's take. Let's take.
All right. How is this when I do it like this? Granted, audio is probably not going to be super great on your guys' end. But again, if you're really nervous about that, you could watch it online. All right, I'm gonna go check that real quick. So nothing, apparently. I used to. Ugh. Do I need my. No, my laptop mic is on. Oh, wait, let me do that. Let's see. This. When I do it like. Oh, nothing, apparently. Wait, let me do that. Okay. I think I just need to turn it down. Let me do that. Testing, testing, testing. Can you guys actually hear me? Sounds like you might be able to. Testing, testing. Yes, it looks like you can. All right, I just have to turn this down. I will use Super Mario Galaxy yet again. Do I need to do it lower? I'm not sure. This is at negative 22.5 decibels. This is at negative 20.5. I'm going to go back to my reboot screen to hear how it sounds, and then be back to you. All right, I think I have it. I think I'm gonna do it around here. Thank you, anybody that was actually able to stick with me by this. I almost want to like close out and start a new stream. Should I do that? I might do that, actually. I think I might do one quick test and then like get some water and then make another stream. So that way we can get rid of all this trash. All right, doing one last quick test. One last quick test. And then I'm thinking I will be back around 4. But yeah, I think this sounds about right. All right. Let me check that. This is at negative 20.5. But yeah, I think this sounds about right. All right. One more test. Because my mic sounded good when I didn't have the laptop mic on. Can you still hear? Can you still hear? Can you still hear? Ba, ba, ba. Let's see. Sounded good when I didn't have the laptop mic on. All right. Okay, yeah, cool. All right. I am going to go ahead and only because oh yes. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one. Start a new one. We will bring this back. So I will be right back. It'll probably be closer to 2 minutes. So then I can actually get started watching at 4 o'clock. So let's do that. I will be right back under a new link.